Hi everybody, this is Kristin. I am an esthetician as well as the founder of Second Kind, which is a natural vegan skincare company. We are sold there in Edico, right on Magnolia Street near Southside in Fort Worth. And today I just wanted to show everybody a DIY face mask and DIY facial massage that they can do at home. As everyone is practicing social distancing and being responsible, which I thank you for. And the rest of our community thanks you for as well. I just wanted to make sure that everybody has something to do at home and takes a moment to do something for themselves. This is a really great time to kind of focus on you and to get back in touch with yourself, to nurture yourself and nurture your skin and your body. So this face mask is a good brightening and nourishing face mask, and the massage is going to help just relax you and keep you relaxed. Since this is such a stressful time and so unknown, it's really important just to take a moment to slow down. So yeah, let's go ahead and just get started. I'm using things that I found around my house, and if you find that you don't really want to use you don't want to make your own face mask, we are going to be selling some on edico.com. They'll be available today for our Self-Care Sunday. But yeah, so I'm just going to use some flour, some ground oats, raw honey, and lemon, and I'll go through and explain what each one does here in a second. So the first thing that I'm using is a coconut flour. This is just what I found as the most organic ingredient. So the flour is really good for taking out impurities in your skin. It's going to kind of help act as our clay in this powder mixture. It's also really good for gently exfoliating as well as getting the dead skin cells off, improving your cell turnover rate, and getting newer skin in a quicker time. So flour is a really good ingredient to use on a mask right now. We are also going to be using the ground oats, which I ground mine down finely just because I like my face mask to be a little more of a smoother powder. But ground oats are really moisturizing. They're great for sensitive skin. This mask is good for all skin types, but sensitive skin types especially. But yeah, so ground oats are really moisturizing. They help lock in moisture as well. Then the next thing we're going to be using is some honey. I got Nature's Nate's raw unfiltered honey. This is just what my family likes and what I found in my pantry. If you don't have raw and unfiltered, that's okay. You can just use any other honey. The only difference is that there's going to be sugar, and that's really not detrimental. But yeah, so honey is very good for providing moisture as well as smoothing out the skin and making it super soft. It's also going to act as a skin tightener. So the flour and the honey together are going to help tighten your skin a bit, which is always a great thing to help pro-youth properties. I don't like to use the term anti-aging just because that's a negative. Aging is a graceful thing, so we're gonna go with pro-youth, but those ingredients are really great for tightening the skin. And then we're going to be using half of a lemon. If you want to use a full lemon, you can. Just be careful, you don't want it to be too acidic. That's why I'm using half. But the lemon is going to help brighten the skin and bring out the new properties in it. So whether you are face masking alone or with a friend today, that's okay. That's just going to change up the measurements that you have in your mixture here. So I'm using, because I'm by myself, about 1 teaspoon of everything. And then I have some water set aside here for extra hydration in my mask / making the consistency better. I don't like chunky face masks. I like to be nice and smooth and a bit watery as well, just so that way it goes on better and smoother. But yeah, so about 1 teaspoon of everything. If you have a couple more people, I would do about 1 tablespoon of everything. Equal parts is very important, and then the water will help just kind of smooth everything out. So first thing I'm going to go with is the coconut flour, and I already have a mixture made up. So this is about the consistency that you're going to want afterwards, to where it's nice and movable. And if I were to flip my bowl over here, it would move down by itself. So that's just a good, nice paste. For time's sake, I'm not going to put it on just because I want to be able to show you guys the facial massage. So I'm just going to go ahead and put on my headband though. But the face mask would go in your most important areas. So your cheeks, your nose, I would go over and around my mouth. I go in between my eyebrows and on my forehead. So those are going to be the best face mask areas to do, just because that's where a lot of our oils are produced. If you're doing a face mask, please never go under your eyes. That is the thinnest skin on your face, and it is very fragile. And the only thing you ever want to put underneath your eyes is if it is a product that is specifically made for your eyes. Just because that skin is so fragile and so thin, you don't want to damage it in any way, whether it's a natural product or anything like that. If it's not meant for the eyes, don't put it under there. But yeah, so that's just how you do the face mask. I would spread it everywhere, leave it on for 5 minutes, and then rinse it off. The only reason I'm not doing that as well, like I said, for time, and I'm in my office and don't have a sink. But yeah, so then the next thing we are going to mix up is the facial massage oil. So for that, I am just using some unrefined virgin cold pressed coconut oil. You can use any oil you want. Coconut oil is just going to help provide moisture to the skin. It's organic, it's non-comedogenic, and non-GMO. So it's not going to clog your pores, and it's going to hydrate your skin. And then I'm going to use a tea tree oil just to add a little bit of extra something. Tea tree is really good for preventing any breakouts. It's anti-inflammatory as well as full of antioxidants. So it's going to help protect your skin from free radicals, aka pollution and bad things. But yeah, if you want to use any other oils, you are more than welcome to. These are just my personal preferences. But yeah, so lavender is also a really good oil too. It'll help soothe out your skin. So I'm just going to do a teaspoon of the coconut oil. So this is going to help our essential oil bind. You can melt it down if you want. I left mine unmelted. So I could get a nice cute little whip. So I put a teaspoon of it in there, and then I just took my little spoon here and I just started to press it to get any chunks out, because I've had my coconut oil for a few months now. So it got a little chunky as it's melted and froze and melted and froze, just because it can melt very easily. And so even in room temperatures, it can get a little thick. So I'm just pressing it out to where it's nice and whipped. And so this is what it would look like if it were whipped. You can kind of see it in the white bowl, but since it's so bright, it's easier to show you here on the spoon. And then I'm going to use 2 drops of my tea tree. And again, I already mixed this, but then you're just gonna get a little bit on your fingers, enough to where it gives a nice slip on your face. You don't have to use too much, just a little bit. And then spread it everywhere. And I'm gonna teach you 3 moves really quickly. So first we're gonna take our 3 fingers and go towards our ears and push backwards. This is gonna help eliminate any water retention in your cheeks. And then I like to take it to my neck and push down. These are where your lymph nodes are, so it helps any lymphatic drainage as well. So with any sinuses, especially as we get into allergy season, pressing right here as well is a really good technique. And then I'm gonna take my same 3 fingers and I'm gonna push up. This is gonna help lift my skin and lift my cheekbones and sculpt my face. And then the last move is forehead flicks, but I do it all over my face, so face flicks, I guess. So I take my ring finger and my middle fingers and I just go upwards like this. This helps push product into your skin as well as stimulate your blood, which is gonna help bring even tone and brightness to your face as well. So I just do that all over my face. And those are my face massage techniques. Thank you guys so much for joining me on this little facial session. I hope that this brings you some stress-free time to you and your family and friends, and that everyone stays safe and healthy. So thank you guys so much. Enjoy.